take a look. Take a look. Take a look. Take a look.
Just keep going.
Put it on the lid.
All right.
That'll work though. Good job. Curling, Charlie.
Good curling.
Oh, yeah,
Good
again.
curling. Curling, Leah.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the New Brunswick Mixed Doubles Provincial Championships. This afternoon, we're featuring the semifinal game. We have the Tingley Brannen versus Thompson Sullivan. Both teams have lost already, and the winner of this match will go on to meet Adams Robichaud in the final this evening at 7 p.m. With me, I have Charles Savoie, and I'm Bernard Savoie. So we have the tag team of Savoie. Hey, Charles.
Hey, how's it going? Both of these teams have a ton of experience in multiple rule sets, mixed, men's, women's, and mixed doubles as well. These are two very tenured and very talented teams, so this should be a heck of a game.
Okay, line's good now. Yep, keep it going.
Jacqueline Tingley and Jamie Brannen are starting with the hammer in this game.
Good sweeping, Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
And Leah Thompson promptly froze her first stone right onto theirs, so it's a good start for Team Thompson and Sullivan.
So at this end, we have Brannen Tingley with the hammer.
Fine.
The Sullivan-Thompson team started by drawing onto that rock that's in the back of the forefoot.
This looks to be a little heavy.
Where's it going?
This wicks off the blue stone for third shot.
You get?
Okay.
This gives Charlie Sullivan a really good opportunity to put another one on top of theirs. It's going to make it really difficult to get rid of either one.
3. So you got 4, 5. 6. Sorry.
The speeds on the ice today are running pretty good. I was clocking at about 14.5 on a draw.
Sorry.
Actually,
That's
you know
great,
what?
and there's plenty of curl on it too. So it should make it easy for curlers to make it around some long guards.
For the intern,
I didn't think it was going that far.
We're getting pretty good curl as well, at least 4-foot curl. So pretty good ice here this weekend for all of the teams.
Or draw to the button, right?
Looks like Jacqueline is trying to freeze one on top of the
Curl.
top button stone.
Really good.
Great shot there.
Shot.
Good shot there.
Bumps it back a little bit, but that's in a great position.
So this early in the game, Charles, what are the teams trying to accomplish? When you have the hammer, of course, you want to score, but you're still getting a little bit of a feel for the ice, the speed, and the curl.
On the right hand side.
Yeah, there's still going to be a bit of an adjustment, but anytime you can score at least 2 in mixed doubles will go a long way. On the other hand, the team without hammer, if you can place one of those first stones in a good position, you're setting yourself up well for either a steal or for a force of 1.
Okay. These are all experienced
You can't
curlers.
move it a
They've
whole
all
lot.
had success in provincials and
Right.
attended
Just
some national
nose of
events.
that,
And
then
they,
this will pop.
some of them have
That's
just
cool.
curling together for the first time for mixed doubles this year, such as Brannen and Tingley. But again, they
come a quarter
they
at
are
least.
experienced curlers, so they
Pretty
make
straight
sure
here,
they've
right?
got
So-
all of the angles, all the possibilities before deciding on what they want to throw.
Yeah, certainly for a first-year
we're
team,
trying to get to know
making
that.
it to the semifinal is pretty darn good.
Lots of weight. How's the line look?
Trying to move some things around with this one.
Starting to curl here.
Good hold there by Jamie.
Shot.
Yeah,
That's a really nice shot.
there's shot rock right now. That's a good tap. Still leaves a possibility for Sullivan, Thompson to try to bump that yellow shot back a bit. There is backing though. It's a little bit of a
back four,
tricky
back
shot
eight.
here to try to bump up.
Moved 2 other rocks.
Yeah, it's tricky. It
Hold
looks
off.
like you have catchers in either situation.
No, I think it's just staying there. We're probably killing one of ours, so. Yeah, no, I agree.
It looks like they might make that play anyway. I don't think they have much of a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be surprised if he guards our yellow. Yeah, that's a guard.
Hey, 2?
I was mistaken. It looks like they're just guarding.
Yeah, it's starting to come here now.
You ever get to nose
Okay.
with this? Same shot. Right?
Guarding is really not
Here.
too bad here because you're in a position where you're forcing Jamie and Jacqueline to 1.
Yeah, at this point, I think
Because they can play this now.
they'd
and lie
be
1,
quite fine
right?
with conceding the
We
1.
won't be able to get rid of it because this is blocked
That's
now.
good.
Just inside
was like,
nose
"Oh,
and even
it's a
just push it back to here.
Certainly with mixed doubles,
We'll
there
sit
are
here.
always a lot of shots in
Changes
play,
this
a lot
angle
of
on this
rocks in
seat.
play.
Yes.
Yep.
Starting with a center guard and the first few stones you're not able to throw any hits, it really forces you to throw a lot of softer weight shots, raises, bumps, trying to move things around.
tight. Wait.
They're trying to bump the blue onto their yellow. Seems to be curling a fair bit, though.
Great shot.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that gives a couple
Is
of other
there that?
possibilities to try to score a deuce if they could here. But
Throw.
Oh, yeah. You scared that? Yep.
Just garden.
Just the 2A?
in mixed doubles, you have the two teammates. One is throwing the first rock and the fifth rock in the end, and then the other player on the team throws 2, 3, and 4. And with
You like the
Thompson and
ace?
Sullivan, it's Leah Thompson who's throwing the first and the last rock.
2?
Yeah, Leah's always had really good feel for draw weight, so it's a really good fit for that position. Sounds like they're just throwing another guard here.
Just hold it out there.
That's why you out there.
Actually, line's pretty good. Curl a bit. A little bit of curl. Hard, Charlie.
There it comes.
Okay. Keep going.
Just getting it over that hog line.
Good sweep.
Yeah, great shot there.
Got to plug that
Oh, I don't know
path
if anything's worth
for prevent Tingley and Brannen trying to pick up a deuce here.
Ah, man. Sorry.
I
Good
think
sweep.
if I could see the edge of that, that'd be sweet. But no, I can't. Oh, that's on the 4-foot line
I don't
now.
like to be heavy ever.
The thing is,
With
This-
the Tingley Brennan team there as
this
well.
is even
it's,
going to count those, right? Because that's going to push it back onto here.
both players have had a lot of provincial and national experience. Jamie has played last year with the James Grattan team. He's playing with them again this year. They went to the Briar last year.
And that's close, but no. I don't think it's worth the risk. Because there is a hole. But I did jam on ours, we could give up still too. So I'm gonna throw but I'm gonna throw that hack later on that line.
Jamie
well, just
throwing
let
the
me see it.
last work. You're trying to.
Yeah, I think they were just throwing this away. He's trying a hack weight just to see how it curls, but
One yellow, yep.
there weren't a ton of options there.
They just pick up the one here. So at the end of the first end, we have one for Tingley and Brannen. And in the next end, with mixed doubles, the team who has the hammer, do they not have a choice of retaining the hammer? Because I believe that there is an opportunity there, and although it doesn't happen often that teams in mixed doubles, a team whose turn it is to have the hammer, that they can choose to retain that hammer.
I honestly don't remember.
I'm asking Charles because
you're
he's played
asking.
mixed doubles provincials before. So
Well, clearly I haven't played
I'm
it
just
often
quizzing
enough.
him here.
The side curls a shade more, right?
That is an option. I did
Okay.
look at that, and it is an option. Although it doesn't happen too often, I believe. Probably
Okay.
Charles and his partner don't do that too
Yeah,
often.
yeah, fortunately I haven't made that kind of decision. In the meantime, Thompson and Sullivan did call the power play,
Sit.
which makes the stones line up on the edge of the sheet.
So Charles, you played against Sullivan Thompson before, and
So you like going around
I
it?
believe that part of their strategy is that they like to use the power play here earlier in the game. Is that correct?
Would I?
They do. They often play the power play earlier. A lot of teams will wait till either the second half or maybe the fourth
85?
end or so. They have a bit more of a feel of the ice. Lee Thompson and Charlie Sullivan tend to play the power play very early, first end if they have the hammer, and they're very good at it.
An 85 on hers here.
They're often able to
Mine's getting a bit better.
make great draws, early on that set themselves up for multiple points. Jamie Brannen tried a raise with his first stone, which is one of the options to try to negate a power play. Try to move that front guard
Freezing over
in
there.
a way that exposes the opposition stone, maybe puts that rock
Takes
in a
the
different
corner away.
place.
I think center.
Unfortunately, he ran it straight back,
Center, maybe a shade out, but I
which
don't.
ended up
this is the side that
bumping
goes
the opposition stone out of
this way,
play
so I'm thinking of-
and caused them
Hers
to
took a
just
while
sort
to
of
get there,
reset the
so.
whole thing. And Leah responded with drawing around that guard. So good opportunity for Thompson and Sullivan early.
Trying to draw onto that shot here. I freeze up to it.
Yeah, there is sort of a pocket where you can cut them down. Unfortunately, this is a little bit short.
Okay.
Perhaps a little bit more ice on that would have.
Especially in mixed doubles, you're not throwing
You're trying to split
inside
the house
out
here.
often. Yeah, it looks like they are trying to split the
plays
rings
shot.
here, which is a good idea.
Yep. It's back four. Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. Sorry, Charlie.
It's a little bit
Definitely
too much
now.
weight on that one.
Just freeze onto that blue.
Yeah, it gives Jacqueline here an opportunity to freeze onto those two blue stones.
2 feet.
Sorry.
The opportunity is still there to freeze up onto it.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
It's really moving. Good sweep from Jamie, but it just comes up a little bit short.
Yeah.
I got a 75.
So in mixed doubles, there's a modified free guard zone, is there not, Charles? Or you have to wait until the fourth thrown rock of the end before you can start removing rocks from the
It's
rings.
about the same.
That's right. Regardless of their position in play, you're not allowed to remove them.
Here Charlie is drawing on to the other side of the rings.
Yeah, trying to split the rings. This one looks pretty solid.
And nice shot.
Okay, good throw.
Yeah, really good shot.
That's good.
Might be an opportunity to hit and roll over, but it's very flat, so it'll be really difficult.
It's a good throw.
I like to tap that yellow that you just threw. Yeah, back forward, yeah. Even if, yeah, if you get to nose, it'll go straight
I think
back.
for Tingley,
And
Brannen,
if
if
you
they were still able to
shade
come in
high
and
side,
freeze
it'll
onto
bounce off
those
that
two
rock
blue
anyway,
ones
so
over on the right-hand side, it would be, there's some cover.
inside edge of button,
Those
It would be a
two
great
yellows in the
spot.
front, but
you gotta get to nose.
a little
Tough shot.
tricky part of the ice.
Yeah, it's a really tough shot.
Well, you take less because you're hitting it earlier, right? You're hitting it 6 feet before it's stopping. across.
The opportunity is still there to draw on to those two blues.
I think the call was to bump that yellow stone.
All right.
I think they're hoping to get a bit more movement on that.
Yeah, certainly not quite the result they were hoping for. It does create a little bit more separation on those yellow rocks to maybe use on the
Did you
next.
just notice that?
Yeah, they might be able to make a play.
What turn are you playing? Huh? I don't know what that means, but just visualize, show me.
What have we chosen here, Charles?
I didn't really see their shot selection.
Nose.
Okay.
The yellow stone is second
it.
shot from the glance we had a moment ago.
Depending on where he sits, I could play the
Might be
tap
just a
on the
matter of hitting and rolling over at this point.
top 12. Right? I'll count 3 for sure.
10.
Choosing to remove that rock.
Yeah, it looks like a hit and roll.
I'm gonna roll over there.
It's taking its time to move.
Hey, good throw,
That's
Charlie.
a really great shot.
Nice
Fine,
shot.
it's good.
Good execution.
It's actually really good. Yep.
Both
Right into the
teams
side of that
qualified for this semifinal by
Wow.
winning against their opponents earlier
half
in the
dozen the other.
quarterfinals. Thompson,
Because I mean, if I roll,
Sullivan beat
right, I'm only like
Melissa
I might roll to
Adams
here.
and
So-
Alex Robichaud, who had previously won the A qualifier. So they move on.
Inside
The
it.
Adams and Robichaud team are waiting for the winner of this game
left.
in the sudden death final at 7 o'clock tonight. And in the other quarterfinal, we had Tingley and Brannen beating
That's a very big
Gooden
weight. Just didn't
and
throw,
Stanley from Curl Moncton.
eh?
So if you, these three teams that remain, they certainly are some of the
No,
top
same day.
mixed doubles teams in the province. So there's been some good games here this weekend.
That's all right.
The duo of Leah Thompson and Charlie Sullivan, they've won this twice already. Melissa Adams and Alex Robichaud have competed in a lot of mixed doubles spiels around the
Roll the
region
shooter.
and have been very successful. Oh my goodness, just missed
That
it.
was so close.
I didn't think we could go by them all.
A couple of unfortunate missed opportunities here for Tingley and Brannen, and here we
Okay.
have
So what's the best path?
a chance to score 4.
Yeah, it's a really big end.
Little finish on that. Just look good.
Over here? Yeah, I like it. Give it to you. Added quite a bit. You got it, Charlie.
And this looks like really good weight.
Hit sweep.
And I'll steal a page from Vic Router's book, and there we go, 1, 2, 3, and 4. After the
No shame,
second
no
end.
shame.
You liked that one, didn't you, Charles? As a reminder, you're watching a live broadcast of Curling New Brunswick Mixed Doubles Championships on Bell 5 TV Channel 1. And if you don't happen to have Bell 5 TV Channel 1, you can also watch this live stream on Curling NB's website, their webcast player, courtesy of 360 Live. We're very fortunate to be able to partner with
That
such a
same
great group of
I like it.
community-minded organizations like Bell. So Charles, is it too early for
It's got a
Brannen, Tingley to think about using the power play at this point? They're probably just waiting another end to see what happens here, if they can score one or two.
There's no need to use the power play right away. You get 2 here, force your opposition to 1 the following end. It's a 2-point game, and you can then use the power play in the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little tight, Hold the line, gotta go.
It's pretty good.
Hard line,
Sweep.
room,
Sorry.
room. It's got a curl.
Choosing to draw on top of that.
That's right,
Bounce
and
it.
this is
Bounce it.
looking
Straight,
really sharp.
Straight.
Turn we going?
That's a great
Good
throw.
job. Nice execution there.
Okay.
Sweet.
Certainly the mixed doubles format has caught on quickly in Canada. It's fast becoming a go-to option for competitive curlers and non-competitive curlers. First of all, the game itself doesn't quite last as long as a traditional four-person team or game that's happening, and it gives also an opportunity for people of different
playing the out
curling
again?
skills to get into the
curl so
sport
hard
and
there.
to experience it.
Go, Charlie.
Just kind of
And
push
it's
it, push the
different
blue off to
strategy
the
as
side a
well.
little
It's
bit.
now an Olympic sport
top
as well.
four?
So.
Oh yeah, you're
good.
inside 3 or 4 inches.
I know at Curl Moncton we have a
To the 8, yeah.
mixed doubles league, and I believe it's full to capacity with teams this year.
Yeah, it's 2 capacity, and the teams that have been involved really enjoy it. New strategy, a lot of different shot making that you may not be accustomed to in a regular 4v4 team format.
Looks like this one is curling a little bit too much.
Looks like it's catching the guard here.
It's good.
Does open things up a little bit.
They're 1, we're 2.
Getting back to the curling mixed doubles league here at Curl Moncton.
great.
We're fortunate to have a number of great sponsors here. That league in particular is sponsored by Kevin Williams Financial Services.
Do I need a gripper?
And they've been a great partner for Curl Moncton. We also have other sponsors of note. We have Cavendish Farms,
Just
who
kidding. I don't have
sponsor
one
the
in there, so-
U12 League. We have Sleeman's Beverages, who are our Sunday Night Fun League sponsors.
Thank you.
RPS Financial, sponsor Thursday Night League, and Best Buy for Wednesday Night League. So without some of these sponsors, it's not as, I guess, in order to attract curlers, you want to be able to have opportunities where there's a little bit of not only fun, but a little bit of prizes to win along the way. So having great sponsors makes things a lot easier for curling cups to attract curlers into their facilities.
That's all I had.
Nice shot.
Jacqueline had bumped the guard with her previous stone, and it looks like
Okay,
Charlie's
let's go.
just electing to put the guard right back up.
He's just going to keep guarding. It's only your second though, right? Quit peeling
That's
it
good.
Anyway. Make him peel it anyway.
Thanks for the motivation.
Or we peel,
thanks for the
make him guard
motivation.
it again. So that's pretty good.
They're wondering what to do with that guard, if they're going to remove it.
So that's
Especially in mixed doubles, there are
wherever you feel
fewer
comfortable.
stones being thrown. It's easy to get into a trap where you're just peeling guards, and the
Just a
opposition
shade
will
out,
just
yeah.
put guards right back up. So you kind of need to consider your options.
Oh,
Just got by the front one.
very close. So it's been a challenging year, so to say, for curling and other sports across our nation with the pandemic and the protocols and the restrictions in order to participate in different events. And as we see here, the curls
Really?
are wearing masks to protect themselves, and
All right, they're
Curl
right now.
Mountain has done a great job
I
to
need to
provide a
change the angle
safe
so
and
it'll be
Just like a little bit
better.
around that.
secure
yellow?
environment for the participants to be able to curl.
He's probably coming right in.
Yeah, it's taken a lot of hard work across the board to be able to continue the sport.
It's good. It's like a 5-6 though.
And just goes to show how committed these people are in wanting to play the sport that they love so much.
5. 4, 5. 5.
He's not gonna take
6.
that.
It's a 6. Just freezing. Okay.
Gotta run
That's
it
a really
again,
good
I
spot
think.
for that rock. It's going to be really difficult
Yeah.
for Tingley and Brannen to try to score 2 here.
At this point, it does create less of an opportunity
Yeah.
for Tingley Brannen to try to
Yeah.
score a second point. The options
so,
are
right.
still there, but certainly
so.
surrounded by those blue rocks, it's making it a little bit tougher.
Distance myself from here. Are they playing straight back?
Nose, nose.
Looks
What
like
are
they're
we
trying the.
attempting here, Charles.
I think they're trying the run again.
Run it up, run it back again.
She just threw this. This is looking close. It didn't quite move the same way as the last one.
Right.
Okay.
Good.
Does clear up the front.
Continue to put those guards up there.
I think that's the game plan here.
Angle tap.
2, 3.
This is
Oh,
that,
kinda nice.
it's wider, but it's that tap on the corner guard into the ring.
Great.
I think the wide one.
A similar story to the first end, where Tingley and Brannen were able to get a stone to shot, but Thompson and Sullivan
Okay,
have
then
been
go
really limiting opportunities
Hold it
to
there.
try to get a second rock in there
Hold it straight.
through guards and freezes
Over
up
and
front.
leave it. It's really tight. Just leave it. Sorry, Charlie.
There's just no way I get by that to get in there, so. Right?
Sorry.
Not to get the side of the button. Thing is, too, is that I'm playing this turn. It's going to take the other turn after I make contact. I have to
There's
play
not
that
a lot
turn
of
to
room
play
to
the
try to
wide.
get in there for a second one,
Could
is
use
there?
the other turn on the 8.
Good sweep.
There isn't, not with a straight draw.
Yeah, just it gives us more margin for error, right? Like, 'cause it's curling into it rather than. Just thinking here is that
Looking
almost
at
gotta throw
raising
the weight,
the
so if
yellow
I'm a little off
into
center, it doesn't have enough weight to hit the blue.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Okay. So center line or just a little inside center.
There's very little room for a draw,
I think you gotta be
and
inside.
trying, let's say, a double on that front blue, I don't think that necessarily gives you second
The
shot.
weight needs to be
Yeah.
going away from the rock. Probably back 8-ish. Back 8, back 12.
You certainly don't want to
Stay back 8.
attempt a shot that will inadvertently give a steal to your opponent either. So.
Especially down 3.
Yep! Hard! Whoa, 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 it's over curling. Whoa, just leave it.
There is
Overcurled a bit,
attempts,
unfortunately.
Yep.
curled a
one
little
yellow.
bit too
That
much.
guy in there.
So Tingley and Brannen just scored the one here, so we're 4-2 after 3 ends. The winner of the provincial championships
I don't know. I had it
are
more closer to nose. I think that would have been deep.
scheduled to advance to the Canadian mixed doubles championships, and that's a little bit of a challenge this year, of course, with all of the
Definitely get to the
restrictions
bail
due to
point
the
on that one, though.
pandemics and be able to travel from one province to
Did
the
not want
other.
to touch that blue in.
Curling Canada has come up with a
I need
concept
more ice.
where
That was plenty of
they
weight.
will have a
Yeah, I just need more
bubble
ice.
event scheduled for Calgary at a date to be determined yet. And they plan to hold consecutive back-to-back Scotties Tournament of Hearts, Briar,
Out turn?
mixed doubles, men's world championships, and 2 Grand Slam events at the end of that, all to be held at the same location at the Olympic Park in Calgary. And the challenge will be all of the provinces being able to declare their champions in a safe and secure manner, and then
Ton of
those
room.
winners to be able to travel to
There
Calgary
it goes, going hard.
and take
Straight.
part in a
Straight.
safe and secure national championship.
True.
It's the
thought I
NHL
queued it
had
up
the
for it,
bubble
but I was like,
concept
fourth,
in
perfect.
Edmonton, and that seemed to work well. So
Okay, it's
it
over
is,
curling, over curling.
it is a fluid situation, and
Good
it'll
sweep.
continue to
Are they going
watch
that
how
way
that
too?
unfolds.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's how they're planning to proceed with national
Edge of 8.
championships this year.
Okay.
Good sweep.
A little extra is probably fine.
It's a great plan from Curling Canada to put that together. Hopefully it'll work
Certainly a
out.
lot of work and logistics to pull that
Absolutely.
off.
Close for line.
The two,
you got
your
room?
2 throws wide last end. I didn't
Yep.
tell you the times on them. Your first was
Yep,
a 4:20,
line.
and your second was 4:15 because you wanted
Yep.
to add a few feet. That was perfect.
Unless
and
you're
just
really
the
heavy.
First one, you just gave that little extra. Yeah, but your drive was great.
Jamie was a little short with his first stone, so it gives Leah an opportunity
Sorry.
Knock it
to
on
put
the-
another rock here.
They jumped on top of that,
Yep.
and they came in for a draw on top of their
Shoot.
shot rock that was there.
Should have tried to get the top one. Sorry.
It does still allow an opportunity to freeze on top of the one Leah just threw.
No, you're into the 12 foot. I was probably a third into the 12 foot on mine. So you want similar for you.
Jacqueline Tingley throwing a draw attempt.
This weight's really close. Slacked a little bit on the way down.
Okay.
Just a little bit light on that one.
Go look at it. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Jacqueline Tingley and Jamie Brannen are both from the Fredericton area.
Yeah.
Jacqueline's a teacher, elementary school teacher
I know.
in Fredericton, having curled
Okay.
for 23 years. Jamie has his own consulting group called Brannen Consulting, has been curling for 36 years, and as we mentioned, they both have a lot of provincial and national experience. And they're two very fine curlers, along
Pardon?
with all of our participants here this
I have
weekend.
my sweater on, yes.
Yeah, it's a really strong field this weekend. It's great to see that kind of turnout.
Pretty.
Going for a double peel.
Good, Charlie. Sorry,
It's a
Rob.
great shot there.
Yeah.
Wasn't catching those. That's good.
Same shot.
I should just take the hacks out. It's a good throw.
Would it be true to say that we see
Same.
perhaps in mixed doubles a lot more finesse type shots than maybe shots that we typically see in the big league events like the Briars and the Scotties? It's a little bit more of a chess game.
Yeah, it's definitely true. You end up
Tight.
resorting to a lot more lower weight
Yeah, wait
hits,
till oh, let's go.
a lot more draws. Whereas the traditional format, team can fall back on hits a little bit earlier.
Oh, just a little rub there.
Swiped
Nice
out the
shot
front
by
one.
Good throw.
Jacqueline. Just a little bit of a rub. What do you think? It looks pretty close on who's number one.
Yeah, don't ask me to pick. But it did
it's
sit
close.
in a good spot.
Very good angle view by the camera. It's still too close for us to determine who's number one.
Like to go.
Sullivan
7.
looking to follow that in.
8. Goes.
Little wick off of the yellow one.
Quite a bit of
Okay.
curl right at
That,
the end. That's a great
Bump
shot.
the yellow one
Really
back
went-
a little bit enough now so that
Okay.
blue is sitting 1 and 2.
I don't know. Sorry.
That's a huge shot.
Good throw.
Very nice shot. Yep.
Leaves this open because that's gone. Leaves this open, and this one back here. So they play the same shot. You got nothing on this right now.
Well,
because
certainly
that's
no.
your so-
Jacqueline and Jamie
And they are
have
currently
to
one
action
and two,
that shot.
so-
They have to
Well, you have that.
make something happen here to create some more space to score.
Yes, it's
Try
a
to
really
steal one
difficult
here if they
situation.
could.
Yeah.
Right with your out turn, right? You gotta
Looks as
throw
though that
it.
front blue and top button is peeking out a little bit.
Good throw
I
though.
like board.
Throwing a board, as Jamie's suggesting,
Yeah, I think so.
could
Yeah. Yeah.
move things around in the right way.
Bad, is it? A little bit more. I thought you had the weight, but just. Oop. Yep.
So the other option is just to kind of
This is
do
Jacqueline's third
kind of
shot
a similar
of the
shot,
end.
and just tap tap. Then they'll only be lying one, and we'll be surrounding it. Right? I'm just wondering what he's going to do with this yellow over here when we do that. Like if he runs the yellow in and gets rid of our yellow, and so let's try and move him a bit. I like the board, yeah. Yeah.
They're making sure they're both comfortable with the results of what they're looking to accomplish with their shot here.
looks great on that.
Good.
Yeah, that's worked out well.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot more you can do in that situation, I think.
Yeah.
Just me left, right? And that ever go underneath a curl.
Yeah. They both.
Oh yeah, it was great.
So what is it we're trying to do here? To come into that pocket and try to eliminate the front yellow?
Are you throwing
Taking
like
his own
Pio Pio?
back Lou with him.
Oh, okay. So,
Or is he just freezing into that pocket?
throwing what? Okay, perfect. I like it. Yep. You got it. Here less.
Little tap and roll.
Leah giving it all she can here to try to bring that into the rings.
That sits right in that pocket. It's a
Very nice
really nice
spot.
shot.
Thanks. And look up.
So blue is
So the
still
idea
sitting
is,
number
right, is that
one.
he sees this,
Yellow is
they
number
see
2.
this, and they'll tap that. But if they see this, then they'll get at least 2, right? So the other option too is run that in for 3.
Jamie and Jacqueline now have to try to deal with that.
How do we not leave them?
That's another case where you have to be really careful.
Well, then they've got an easy tap or 2. What if we? Then he just does the pocket. No, because he's got to do that. Yeah, but you got to do that for 2. We go here.
Looking at raising that yellow onto the shot rock and making it tough to score 2.
Corner freeze, but then they just play
The
this.
bandy's working good.
You run the risk of making it really easy to score 2 is the problem. If you hit that front yellow
It
wide,
still hurts sometimes, but no.
I think you're knocking your own stones back, and
Definitely not gonna be lying shot
they might be
rock.
lying 3.
Try and block them both. Yeah, right here. But I still think the 3 gives them 3, right? The slash gives them 3. If we come on top, they only get 2. By the tap. Right, then you just make contact of this and it goes into those. Not really a lot of good options.
There's a lot of discussion here. It's a critical moment. They have to try to maintain some momentum here, not give up more than 1.
What do we see here?
Yeah, already down to a score of multiple would be really difficult to come back from.
Wow. No, still not. Yeah, shooter's only going to end up here just because we're not pushing very far. That's not going to cover anything.
It looks
And I
like
really don't like her
ready
leaving her
to
that slash just because she's got over half a rock. And all you got to do is make
made a
contact.
choice.
That's the one that we tap up. Got to get to nose. And then it leaves her this over here, an easy shot for 2 over here.
Once you're down the other end of the ice, though, and you're looking at the line, and sometimes it can give you a little bit of a different perspective of what you were anticipating when you were down looking at the rocks standing in front of them, right?
It can certainly make you reevaluate it.
Let's do this then. The tap. Tap on our top 8 rock. Okay. Middle 8. Tap at the T.
Sounds like they're going for a tap.
Looking for the raise there. Raise on the yellow.
Oh, then, whoa, right off. Right off. Stay with
It's
it.
a bit heavy,
Close. Yep. Hard! Hard!
That looks close.
Hard! Hard, 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 hard!
It curled a lot more than I think they anticipated.
Should I tap that one?
So now Charlie and Lee are going to take a really good look
Going
at
to
this.
raise their own blue.
It might be there, you just have to move it a little bit.
Can I use?
That was definitely
There's still a little bit of room in there, Charles, to get it and bump up that yellow, that blue one a little bit.
didn't pop it anymore.
Okay. So that should be about it.
That looks to be the plan. Just need to bump it a
Backward?
few inches.
Or more.
Very important that we touch the button. Stay touching the button.
Okay, then don't hurt yourself.
Couldn't be played
The
anymore.
line's good. Okay.
Good force.
Yeah, the rocks
Looks like it's a
just-
bit short.
Yeah, looks like it went out a little bit too much and got caught on some little bit of
Sure,
frost
there you
maybe
are.
over in that side of the ice. So
It might have been the case, so only a single.
a bullet was dodged, I guess, a bit there by Tingley and Brannen. It could have been. They could have possibly looked at 2, giving up 2 there, and they just gave up the 1. So after 4 runs, score is 5-2. We're going to take a short break. It's a fourth
Yep.
end break, and we'll be back with some more curling. And we're back. Starting the fifth end here.
I think that's all there.
Looks like Tingley and Brannen opted to use their power play, hoping to
So
generate
yeah,
a few
halfway
points.
through the game now, it's probably an opportune
left.
time to try to see if you can at least score a couple off of this.
Yeah, exactly. If they can score a few points, it puts them right back in the game.
Center line. This is the curly side. Yeah, just
So with the power play here,
should be straighter going wider.
Thompson, Sullivan, could they also have chosen to try to move that guard in front? As long as they don't remove it, right?
That's right.
Should be all there.
I believe they can remove
Oh,
their
yeah.
own guard. I might be mistaken
Lot of
on
room.
that. I apologize.
A little.
There are a few different
Lot of room.
strategies you can take when you're throwing the
There, line
first
straight.
stone against an opponent's power play. You can try freezing onto that
Oh,
yellow
you're fine, you're
stone,
fine, you're
as
fine, you're
Jamie's doing, to try to generate multiple points.
Turn.
You can throw a guard. You can throw top house, or in this case, on the button, as Leah did a moment ago. Obviously, the goal is to force your opposition to a single, as it would be for any other end.
That's right.
But there have been a few different strategies to try to do that. And
Pardon?
Yeah.
none of those shots are easy.
Not
Well,
bad.
lost line there a little bit too, right?
7.
You're attempting to freeze.
It looks like they're
Okay, maybe
trying to
7.
freeze onto those two yellows, but it might be a little bit heavy.
Oh, just
Okay.
a little bit heavier.
It looks like it did hang around for shot stone, though. Or second shot, rather.
They were 2, but not 3.
All right.
Well, of course, other than shot rock, right?
Not bad.
You want to go around again?
Leah and Charles are
Looks
both
like they're
from
double
the
on
St.
back
John
blues right
region. They
now.
both curl at Thistle St. Andrews,
No, the blues.
and
back
they're
there.
both teachers.
Looks like there's a double. There's a double.
Charlie,
We
of
don't
course,
have to do anything
many of
with
you
them,
know, is
meaning we can put
quite an
another-
accomplished
Look.
curler in New Brunswick.
Look at that.
Comes from a
I think let's go around.
curling family well known for many years.
He's going to play the run on his blue. with the next
competed
one, so
father,
let's leave a half
sons,
a rock open. So I like
have
your ice of
represented
the
New
right half.
Brunswick numerous times
Frozen in
in
half.
No. We want to be
mixed events,
top 8.
senior events, men's events, mixed doubles. Quite a legacy with the Sullivan family and curling in New Brunswick, of course.
Leah's a very accomplished curler herself. It makes for a really strong team.
Yes, she is. Another attempt to come in behind cover.
It looks like they're trying to freeze onto that back blue. Comes up a little bit short, but it's in a good spot.
Yeah, a pretty good shot. Freeze would have been desirable, but you can still
Ideally.
use this here.
Yeah, ideally you
freeze.
tap it back, tap back that blue a foot or so.
It's in that pocket. Okay, it's a bit more.
Looks as though Charlie is attempting a freeze himself.
8.
It looks like it's
7. Come down.
curling quite a bit there right now.
It looks like the line is there. It's got a little extra weight.
Okay, good shot.
Good result there. I guess you got a little bit of a break there,
I
didn't
don't
you,
know.
Charles?
Yeah, it is a bit of a lucky break, and it's sitting in a really nice spot.
Certainly in curling, lucky breaks occasionally certainly
Doesn't work.
welcomed at any point in the game.
We'll take what we can get usually.
Hackish. I'd even go a shade more. Just inside of that.
Should I stay
just
down?
be outside.
I have to give
So I should
credit
stay down
to
the whole
Thompson and Sullivan for throwing a lot of really good freezes and draws in this game.
Yeah, they're
And
certainly bringing the game to Brannen Tingley. They're making them give a lot of thought into the shots they have to try to execute. And both teams want to move on to that final this evening.
It's not the worst thing, is it? Yeah. Yeah, totally.
All there.
Curl.
yeah, trying to bump
Real
blue,
nice
yellow,
there.
blue.
Shot.
Well, that's good. That creates some more separation on the rocks.
Yeah, it gives you an opportunity to get rid of that second blue stone.
That's right.
I guard that?
Certainly not easy, but it gives you a little more space to do that.
Plate ups.
Just a little firm, yeah. But good. I'd like to get the yellow cleared a little bit more. But
No, you can't.
Earlier, I mentioned the Canadian Curling Association opting to go with a curling bubble. A lot of the provinces
Where do you
are
want it?
struggling with how to declare their champions. For example, in Northern Ontario, they simply chose to send the
Down, take a look.
representatives from the Brier and the Scotties from last year
Okay.
to compete in this year's event. And the a twist on that
Wherever
is
you
that
like.
the
Not a hand
team that had won for the Scotties last year, Northern Ontario, Krista
that's
McCarville, just a couple of days ago decided to decline that invitation to go due to work and family commitments and having to comply with isolation for before and after the event. So it's not easy this year for some of the
Yeah,
provinces.
so. So
I know
4?
here in New Brunswick we're doing our darndest
Coming down.
to hold our provincial championships, and this
3?
weekend's turning out to be
No, it's like 4.
fairly
5.
successful so far.
5.
Yeah, we're fortunate to be able to run a tournament this weekend. And it's a very difficult situation, very difficult question to
Okay.
ask for curling organizations at a provincial level, as well as the curlers themselves.
It's not bad, is it?
Thompson and
Okay, well,
Sullivan were wanting
I
to
don't know
throw
either.
guard up there. There's still a little bit of
yes, this is
an
true.
opportunity to get in there to
well,
eliminate
this is
that
kinda nutted,
number
right?
2 blue
Shooter rolls
rock.
over there.
Yeah, that guard is at a really good spot.
This is number 2, right? So he's already line 1, 2. I mean, you can do this, but I mean, they just cap it or run it. Even if you do this, I'm just trying to think. We got to make a play at that too sometime.
Oh, it's not bad.
I know, yeah. So,
I go for here.
right. So I mean, obviously you clip it. It's awesome. That would be ideal.
So in New Brunswick, the Scotties event will be coming up in January, and so will the provincial men's championship.
Anyway, that's why I think if we can make it, flip your shooter.
The Scotties event is scheduled here again for Curl Moncton, and
We got to
the
make a play sometime. right?
provincial men's championship
make a
scheduled
move.
for Miramichi.
Okay.
More. Yeah.
9-5.
2 strokes.
Is that it?
What are we doing here? Trying to peel that one?
Yeah, it's a bit of a risky shot call. I think they're going for a run back.
I run back onto the yellow.
There is a chance that you can clip both of those blues. It's a very difficult shot.
Risk and reward, I guess.
Yeah, well, being down 3, you have to start taking those risks.
Probably have to guard the center one? I don't know.
Get it. So, just
Yeah.
inside the edge of that back loop. Normal, right? 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to hold the line. It looks like it's curling a bit too much, though.
Okay.
Still catches that one.
It's made things a little more interesting here, Charles.
Yeah, it doesn't help them a whole lot, unfortunately. Thompson and Sullivan are lying 2,
Is
and
that
it's going
rock?
to be really
That
difficult
blue
to
one
make
Try to
a...
move this a
that
little
blue
bit.
one is
Right
number
where the
2,
dot
is it?
is.
Yes.
It's
Right
like
where- it was,
starting
didn't move,
position.
eh?
Yeah.
Off of the,
Yeah, it hasn't been moved,
yeah.
so.
It's good.
No, weight was great.
What do you like?
Just curled a lot.
I don't know whether we want to go out. I think he hits that yellow one over there.
Mm-hmm.
Took forever for that board weight to
We're
Nice
putting a
guarding
guard
that
up here.
situation.
move like that.
And take one.
Third one too.
Okay. Yep. And this one's to be like a 2.
Last rock this end for Sullivan and
So you think
Thompson.
A 2?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, sitting 2, looking for a guard,
Okay.
which will make things really difficult for Tingley and
Right.
Brannen.
It sure would.
It's not heavy.
Line's okay. Gotta curl some. Yep, keep it going.
Yeah.
Yep. Great.
Nice shot. You didn't want that guard. You didn't want that guard in too
I don't think
deep.
it matters.
Yeah, you don't want to give an opportunity for a raise. At this point, it looks like they have no choice but to just
So you
play
want
the
it, right?
takeout and take one. Mission
Is that-
accomplished for Thompson and Sullivan, though.
I thought we were earlier too, but now I look at it, I'm like, oh. Uh-oh. Although I don't really think I could have done that much. Yeah.
Caught it on your can.
I have to say.
Takes the 5 out of the blue.
That's right. We did not want the 5.
Here we go with the last rock of the 5th end.
Straight.
Trying to hit and score
Oh
one
no,
here.
clean, just clean. Just clean. Clean,
Looks good.
clean.
Actually,
Clean.
That's a great throw for the single.
One yellow?
Nice shot. So the attempt at trying to score multiple points with the power play didn't quite work out. 5-3, still a very close game. Anything can happen. It's not over yet. Heading into the 6th end here at Curl Mountain. And again, you're watching a live broadcast of the Curling New Brunswick Mixed Doubles Championship on Bell 5 TV, Channel 1. And you can also watch a live stream on Curling NB's webcast player, courtesy of 360 Live.
Trailing 2 with only 3 ends to play, these first shots become very critical. If Jamie can get this freeze with his first stone, puts himself in a really good position
Out turn.
for either a force or a steal.
Line's great. Starting to move. Starting to move. It's all you. It's over curling.
It's
over
coming in
curling.
nicely. Nice
Peeking
curl
out a
there.
little bit on the other side, but that's a nice shot.
Yep.
Top 4?
It's a good way to start the end.
Twice I've done
And the
that.
speed of the ice is
So
still
that's twice I've done that.
keeping up.
Last
Very
time-
good
last two
speed
times
on the
coming
ice.
that over curl, I mean. No, it's inside the 8.
I don't know why.
And here we're following up with another freeze, are we, Charles?
They are. They seem to suggest it's a bit heavy.
Go buy your own? I
A
don't
little
know.
bit heavy.
Yeah, it looks like it's sailing through.
Sorry, Charlie.
I'm
There's
just
a little
thinking
bit of
edge
a
of 8,
miscalculation
outside
on the weight of the rock
Outside
there.
edge
Certainly
of 8 would be
Thompson
fine.
and
Sorry.
Sullivan have been playing a great game so far.
Yeah, this might be their first big mistake. It gives Tingley and Brannen an opportunity to,
And jump on top of that.
yeah, either freeze on top of theirs or throw a guard.
Sit down.
Coming in nicely there.
Good throw.
Good shot.
What's the plan?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really nice.
Wasting no time here. Charlie's throwing his
I got blue. I got blue.
Okay, good.
peeling that guard up front.
That works. Thank you.
I think they were hoping to get that yellow stone on the tee line,
Charlie.
but
Yeah.
curled a little bit. Still clears the front though.
I mean, I like it when you just
I like
take for a
replacing
corner
that.
guard. It's nice.
They're
And
looking to replace
I would
that
go
guard.
into 12. Because I can always finish it when it's a guard. So. Yeah.
Put their guard in the right spot. They'll be in a really good situation. Considering how they've started the end, if they're able to get a steal,
It's like lots.
force to one the next end, you'd be coming home with hammer in a really close game.
Okay.
Good job.
Maybe a little bit deeper than they would have liked, but
Yeah.
it's still in a great spot.
Great line.
Certainly that can be used also as a raised takeout as well, but
Okay.
I got blue again. That yellow's
Charlie
coming
Yeah.
so
opting
fast.
to
So.
just get rid of that
Yeah.
front one.
You can never catch these. It's okay.
Yep.
I can use my gripper and sweep on the other side if you want.
certainly we'll look at seeing another guard, I believe, here.
It's all right.
Maybe not quite as deep as the last one.
A lot better. A lot better.
No, it's okay. I started us off bad.
Jamie's trying to make it curl a little bit more here with some directional sweeping.
Trying to drag it to the center line.
Go, 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 go.
He's able to get it
Worked out
there.
pretty good.
What's the plan?
You do see a bit of both stones, though.
Yeah.
You got it.
I
From
think
this angle,
Charlie's
we can see probably at least a third of it.
Back.
This is gonna be really good.
There it
a
comes.
lot of curl on that.
Shot.
Great shot.
Good, Charlie.
Good shot.
It's not bad.
Yellow is still sitting number one, but now that number two rock they had in front has moved back and out of the way.
What's she doing?
Creates another opportunity for the Sullivan Thompson team to
Good girl.
We can't show her the
more
outside.
opportunities. Just try to score 2 here, if not more.
Can't do that.
Better than it
Be
was.
here.
And
Here.
Jacqueline and Jamie here want to get one back in to where
Show
they're
any piece on any side.
they're sitting 2.
Okay.
I think the goal is to get one behind that
Okay.
guard, biting the button.
Yes.
Top button. Just touch center. Okay. Gotta go out.
So I think they've decided to come in, sit right
Speed's real good in this
spot
path.
right behind that guard up front. Be sitting 1 and 2.
Into the
Jamie's
12
last
foot right.
rock.
Try to
I'd probably go
eliminate
half
one at least.
because we gotta be just
Yeah.
just touch center on the right hand, right? So
Oh, that's fine.
yeah, go, 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 go. It's gotta be there. Room. Room.
Good, good.
There it goes. Starting to
Trying to
move.
get
It's
a
all
piece
you.
of the
Here
button.
it comes.
Roll there.
Curling well now.
Oh, man.
Just needs to slow down.
A little
Sit
bit.
on the back one, I guess. Uh-oh.
Sitting 1 and 2, but the shot rock just behind the tee line. Leaves a little bit vulnerable here.
Yeah, they have an opportunity to bump their blue onto those.
Just let me know.
Possibly even just throw a double with a lower weight.
Great camera view here by the crew from TV1.
That line's perfect. Just above the button. Just above the button.
What's the plan?
Last rock of the end.
The middle rock? Okay. The one that's in between those rocks? Yes. Okay, what kind of weight? Okay. Got nice? Okay. Normal?
Say normal.
Here we go.
Trying to get to that yellow stone on the
Onto
right.
Yellow. Try to pick up 2 here.
You on the blue?
Looks like this is floating out a little bit though.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, Charlie.
Oh, almost got 3 out of it.
perhaps a little bit too much weight there, Charles.
It looked as though it was a little heavy.
Didn't quite curl like they had hoped.
That's a big steal though.
It is, yeah. As we said earlier, the game's not over. Very tight game.
Oh, shoot.
And once again, I just want to bring up some of the fine sponsors at Curl Mountain, make all of our different leagues very successful here. We have Cavendish Farms, who are sponsoring the U12 League, Sleeman Beverages for the Sunday Night Fun League, Kevin Williams Financial Services for the Mixed Doubles League,
Turns a straighter side, right?
RPS Financial Thursday Night League, and Best Buy for
Was that
Wednesday
3?
Night League. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Not heavy.
Play underway in the 7th
Nice.
end here.
It's gone over curl.
Jamie attempting to put a draw right on top of the blue
Line's
one
great.
that's in the
Lock it
rings.
on.
Tie game at 5-5.
All right.
There's no room for error
Make
at this
some
point.
shots.
Hold it. Hold it. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're good. Yeah, it's good. Good sweep.
Yep.
Another
Nice
great
shot.
draw from Jamie.
A little more than edge 8. Okay.
It's anyone's game at this point. Every shot being critical here.
It's close. Yep. Yep. Hard, hard, hard. Hard, Charlie.
Leah looking to freeze
got
on
it.
top
Go,
of the
go,
one
go,
that was
go,
Harley
just
giving
thrown.
it everything he has here.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
There's a 4-away for her.
Good sweep. Sorry.
What do you think?
Just a little bit short.
Yeah, good sweeping there, just a little bit short.
Well swept.
Kind of be 3/4 on that blue. Okay. I like it.
Like that?
Yeah.
As you can see in mixed doubles, it's just having one sweeper sometimes. It can
Yes.
be a bit of a
Yeah, it's
challenge to
really
get your
you wanna
rock in
be
place, so
split
it's
center,
even
right?
more critical for the thrower to have that just perfect weight to get the rock to where they want it to be.
Yeah, there is that much less of a margin of error.
It hasn't been played down the side, so I'm not sure. Great shot.
Very nice shot.
Great start to the end for Tingley and Brannen.
You like?
That's a 30.
Okay.
430.
It's going to make it really difficult for Thompson and Sullivan to try to get even a single at this point.
They're going to play the tap on this. Trying to come around on tap, so he's got probably a thick half of it. We're in a good spot, top 8. Missed the guard by a mile.
Yeah, I did.
Coming in on the other
7,
side.
8. Just 7.
Just trying to bump that blue one up a little bit.
7.
Hanging. He's got it though.
Okay.
Coming in really nice. That was a great shot.
Good throw.
Oh, great shot.
Didn't quite have
Not
the
bad.
weight they needed to be shot stone. But that blue sitting over to the right definitely gives
That's
them an
ideal.
opportunity to do something here.
So both teams
Ooh,
have
wait, was there a
already
foul?
used their power
Green
play
side.
opportunities, and you
It's a
only
half a
have
rock.
one
You don't have
chance
to be a
per
bullet.
team per game
No.
to use that power play.
Well, I
Good throw.
And if you go into an extra end, Charles, there's
Like a
no other
9.
opportunity to use an additional power play, is there?
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
No.
Just half a rock is what you want to hit. Right. Sure. Let's do it.
I'm gonna steal if one is
One,
not
even if
You're
you get it
looking
here.
at perhaps getting a in off of that outside blue.
I think you need to deal with that outside blue regardless.
Yeah.
So if you can sneak one in while getting rid of it, that would turn out really nice.
With all of
Yeah,
the,
half
just a note, with all of the restrictions that we have due to the pandemic, it's difficult to get fans into the building to watch curling this weekend. But fortunately, we have a great partner with Bell 5 TV to be able to bring you all this curling coverage.
Trying to hit and roll in.
Oh, very
Okay.
nice.
It's
That
really
worked out
nice.
good.
Thanks.
There is a little bit of an opportunity here to hit that
Around.
yellow on
Gonna wait his
to the
turn?
one that's number one and split them both out.
Through good. Looked like you did.
So should I just slide? Okay.
I think Charlie might be throwing some big weight here.
You get the left, I'll get the right. He's way wide.
Curl a bit, baby. Okay, it's not bad.
It's a really nice shot given the circumstances.
Man. You have one more?
Worked out pretty good for the Sullivan Thompson team.
I think we gotta put pressure on her, right? Yeah.
Opens things up a bit more.
No, let's go hack. Hack. What do you? Are we talking middle? Around there? I'll wash the line. Hook it in late.
You
Is
just
that too
didn't
much
wanna
ice?
curl.
Okay. Yep. That's fine.
Okay. All right. What options?
So are we going to try to draw onto that?
I heard a mention of hack weight a moment ago.
What's that? Oh, yeah, but you curl so hard late, right? Okay.
Should curl enough that if they wanted to, they can make a play onto that blue stone in the back four.
Right.
So we come tap this out. Do you just freeze on it?
It does
Do they
curl
come
a
tap
lot
this
at the
out? Do you
end.
freeze?
Jamie trying to hold the line. Can still get to that back
Really beating down
four
on the
stone.
rock here. Holding it
Just-
long enough.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Beauty. Shot.
Jamie had a great effort there, sweeping that, keeping it as straight as he could for as long as he did, and then very good throw by Jackman as well.
Tourney plan?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay.
You pushed it there.
Yeah.
Should have went over here.
Whichever you like.
We want to make sure we're by the one
So
top
that
eight too.
back yellow one, I believe, is number one.
Trying to roll.
Wrong side.
Trying to hit and roll in with this one. Needing to hold the line though. This is really curling. There have been a few stones aside that have really taken off.
It really cut a bit there at the end.
Yeah.
Leo was really
The
giving
force is
it,
already there.
Trying to keep that rock as straight as she could.
right? We could just rip this,
Great sweeper.
or we can go for a still too.
It's okay.
Probably we can come this way. Yeah. Because it's a straighter side. If she throws any extra weight, right?
So now with advantage, Brannen Tingley.
For her to get that rock all the way through.
Yeah, they have an opportunity where they can sit another stone in the top 4.
Yeah, she's got a sliver of it, but
Force Leah to throw a really difficult draw just to get 1.
so what's our goal here? Obviously, is for the force. We want to make it easy on them for the force. I think if we do this here, right? Right.
That's a good point by Jamie as well. You could play the force
If we take multiples, or if we take any one multiples.
and try to get hammer for the last end.
Easy now. Yep. This is the plan.
That's probably control. Firm board. So Charlie just threw there. He overcurled. Right?
Are they wanting to
That's
take
curl
that out,
spot,
Charles?
Right? So,
I think so. Take out that back blue. You're allowing 3
control, come up the nose, just sit there.
forces, Thompson and Sullivan, to make a draw for 1.
It's not
So
any
You
Yeah,
head
backing
for
for her
home
or
down
anything,
1
right?
with the hammer, which is a good situation.
The first. Yeah. That's good.
Final rock by Brannen Tingley here in the 7th end.
Yep! Yep!
Curling now.
Hard! Hard! You gotta leave it there!
Looks to be a good
Whoa,
shot.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nice shot. Sitting 3. Forcing
Better to play that way than.
Charlie and Leo to have to draw in for their 1.
Good sweet.
I like
Good
this
sweep.
one. We got this. I think that's all there.
The last rock being delivered
careful.
by Leah Thompson.
Careful.
Needs a piece of the 4 to
Failure
be
now.
sure.
Sweet bud.
Very nice throw. Great shot there. Pick up 1. So we're heading into the last end of an 8-end game, that is, unless we go into
True.
extra
Yes.
ends. Scores 6-5 for Charlie Sullivan and Leah Thompson.
Breather. So take a breather. What way do you like? Same way we just threw? This way? Okay. Yeah. Do you want just top 4 or right on it?
Just give me a shot for the win.
Okay, got it.
I don't care how crazy it is.
So with this first stone,
Yep.
Leah's hoping to put 1
Yep.
top
Charlie.
button at least.
Already got it. Got room now. Finish it up.
Very nice draw.
Okay, good sweep.
Nice shot.
Yeah,
by Leah.
freeze on right onto that back one.
Bounce it just a shade.
Exactly what they wanted.
Sugar.
Still the late turn, I guess.
Absolutely.
And of course, we'll see
There.
Jamie and
Tight then.
Jacqueline
Go,
following
Go, 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 go.
on top of that one as well.
Okay, well then. Whoa!
Yeah, they're going to want to freeze directly onto that one
Whoa,
as
whoa,
well.
3/4 on it.
Give
Once you're
themselves
out,
an
go. You can
opportunity to
bounce.
move things around later in the end.
Good
Straight,
sweep on that
straight,
one.
straight. Hard. Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, there we
2
go.
really nice shots to start the
Very
end.
nice.
They might have been hoping for a little less movement. but
Yeah.
Sweet.
that
Yeah.
Yellowstone is not going anywhere right now.
Okay. I really gotta go.
It's fast. It's crazy.
4.
Big sweep from Leah trying to freeze again. Fortunately, he's coming up a little bit short.
Okay, that's good. Good spot.
On a side note, Charles, I just checked and our Patriots lost today.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So they're officially out of the playoffs.
It hasn't been their year this year.
Life without Tom Brady has its twists and turns, doesn't it?
It's been tough. It's been tough.
That's good. Seguda.
Yeah, if we had the sweep to get by, we can tap it a hair. Sit right here. What's that? No, just tee. Yeah, I think that's the main thing, is just to kind of get in there, right?
At this point, just looking at another freeze.
I think, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yellow, I think.
Yeah. Remove any opportunity for Leah and Charlie to bump anything back in their favor.
What are you? You're going to be 8 foot, outside edge 8. This is straighter side, so. Well, this is where she threw her draw, right? So it seemed to carry pretty good.
Coming in with the intern here.
And good on them for taking note of Leah's shot in the previous end as well.
I got heavy.
Jamie's indicating that it is a little bit too much weight on that.
Trying to hold the line a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that
It just rolls off of it.
Actually doesn't hurt them too much having it back there. Yellow is still number 1.
So far?
Sorry, should have got by the yellow. As soon as I knew it was heavy. Get by the yellow and just push the blue sideways, and it keeps us top of the button.
You said
I mean,
top
we
8?
still are, but
Oh, okay.
still are, but the
Okay,
angle.
gotcha.
There's no hole anymore. It was blue.
Trying to come in with a similar shot here.
I gotta go. Six. No, it's not heavy. 6. 6. Just a 6. I gotta go. Okay, good.
That's a really great shot.
That's good,
It certainly is.
I think.
Got to get rid of the guards. No, you gotta do that.
For Thompson Sullivan, just giving up a 1 here is not the end of the world. If it would represent a tie, they could go to an extra end. And then,
Within the rings, fine. We could open it up a bit.
Thank you. Really getting our money's worth.
I think so.
we're
That's
trying
what
to
you see, right?
score a deuce here,
Like,
Charles.
is a
Where
rock.
would you want to position your rock?
That's what I've been trying to figure out right now. Obviously, that yellow stone on the button is in a great spot, but you need to move things around to be able to score your second point.
Yeah. Need a little bit more separation there to.
And I think you need to be able to get to that front blue in the top 4 in order to score your second point. And in order to do that, I think you might need to peel a guard.
Pretty ideal, but
Looks like they are throwing the peel. Trying to get both.
not very helpful.
Oh,
Right.
just wide.
Sorry, I got it. I got
Pretty
it.
close
Going in it
there.
anyways. It's okay.
Yeah, I got it. Good throw, Jack.
That's a really good throw.
Turn throwing? Yeah.
I just missed it. Good throw.
Charlie's last rock in the
Wrong
8th
side.
end.
2? Yeah. Okay. I think it's just 2.
Put that guard back up.
It looks like it's right on the money.
Oh, maybe it was a 3. All right.
Nice shot.
That's in a great spot.
Not bad.
Thing is, that rock has top button.
As we saw there, maybe looking at trying that little bump of the yellow onto the blue in the back.
And I'm just trying to think.
Certainly, there's a little bit more opportunity there than on the other side.
You almost have to.
Yeah, the good news is there is a lot of curl on this side, so you can make that shot that Jamie's pointing to. It's extremely difficult, though. If you're heavy, you run the risk of leaving them a shot to win the game.
Right, she's got to throw guard. This is what we're doing for center, right? So yeah.
So we're going to come freeze onto the yellow one.
That looks to be the case.
And then hopefully in the last shot, you get
Yeah, if you're able to put the stone there,
I think they're trying to,
you can then hopefully make a play to it with your next one
tighten it up.
and have enough room to score 2.
Yep. Mhm.
Certainly
yeah.
don't want to be heavy and
That's good.
bump something back too far.
But it's a beautiful result.
Jacqueline attempting to have a freeze onto their shot yellow rock.
Maybe, no. It's back and forth there. Yeah, looks good. Actually looks good.
Coming very nicely.
Might be a hair too
Hey, try,
heavy.
Jackie.
Very nice shot.
That's at a good spot.
Would appear at this point we might be
No,
heading to an
now we can
extra
get to the
end.
button. Now we can get to the button.
Okay, someone throwing a guard?
We don't have to throw any weight.
Okay.
All we have to do is
Nice.
whatever he throws up here. If I
Right.
can touch that yellow rock.
Yeah.
Enough
Yeah,
make
you just
that
need to
back
give
into
that
the forefoot.
front yellow a little bump,
Yep.
and you're able to get your 2.
Same speed right there?
And that rock is sticking out a little bit
Yep.
by the guards. So there is an opportunity there. We'll see what Leah and Charlie are able to do with their last.
Here it is, Sam. Just hold it out there. Hold it
Yeah,
out
wants to
there.
Hold that line.
Sit.
Just opting to guard.
Okay.
Very nice guard.
Think.
Back 8.
It
Can you
does.
go to guard?
Oh.
Maybe over curl a little bit, so there might be a shot
Actually,
there.
you know what, Jaggy? Just thinking, right? Because this is what we want to do and roll off,
Shoot. Sorry, Charlie.
right? Because we need to stick that there. Like we
And then
can't
pull
we
it
can't
back.
do like we can't do nose. So
Makes it
half a
curl.
rock,
Yeah.
half a rock with
Shoot.
back
sorry.
line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, an attempt here to try to bump
Man.
yellow onto yellow, and that the
Shoot. There's no
the
way.
yellow, that's number 3, is it?
Yeah.
Would be
Sorry,
moved
bud.
up just enough to score 2 here.
I'm gonna take just a shade more ice than that.
Yeah, you're playing yellow, yellow, blue.
Once you
Yeah.
buy the guard, you can
Trying to
go the
bump
other
that
side, okay?
blue in the back forward just a few inches.
The last rock of the 8th end here to try to score 2 and move on to
Blue wanna be
the
closer?
finals
Why blue-
with
blue wanna
Team
be
Brannen
closer?
Tingley.
No, I mean that one.
Go, go, go.
Here we go. Rock is
Sweeping on right
down.
away.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Curl! Curl!
It's got a
Might have
curl some
thrown
more.
a bit too much
Wow,
weight
wow.
onto it. Not quite able to
And-
get there.
Just too much weight. Just too much weight.
So we're going to an extra end.
Yep.
And I believe we're going to take just a short break.
Yeah, no, that's just too much weight.
Just waiting for the officials to confirm that.
They're not mopping or anything, are they? Can we just go? If you guys are ready to go, then
What do you want to do, Charlie? We're good. We're good. We don't care. We're good.
Oh yeah, it looks like
That's true.
both teams might be opting not to take their break and
We'll be
resume
here all
play
night,
right away.
but that's
They've
okay.
opted to just keep on going.
I
Yeah.
know. It's all good.
They're anxious to
No.
a little bit more patient on the line. too.
continue with the momentum they've had. Some great plays so far this game. And to keep it going here, and sometimes taking a break can have its pros and cons.
That's true.
You're in a groove and you just step off the ice for a minute and you come back and
Yeah, lose your focus a little bit.
yep.
We got Steele here. He's going to be blasting no matter. Might as well lock it on the back. Yeah.
So we're heading into an extra end here in the semifinal between Tingley, Brannen versus Thompson, Sullivan. Score is tied 6-6. And you're watching this live broadcast of Curling New Brunswick Mixed Doubles Championship on Bell 5 TV Channel 1. You're also able to live stream on Curling NB's webcast player courtesy of 360 Live.
Sure. A lot of room. It's not moving yet.
Winners move on to the final
Go then.
tonight at 7
Make it
p.m.
curl.
again at Curl Moncton.
Keep it going.
Jamie Brannen looking to play the freeze right away.
Straight, straight.
A great shot to open the extra
Very
end.
nice. Very nice.
This is fine. Just like full 4. Okay.
Leah in turn will be looking to play a freeze of her own.
For the winners, it'll be, they won't have much turnaround time
No.
between this game and the
It's heavy.
finals.
No
So I
line.
think they were anxious not to take the break and
heavy.
just to get going.
That's-
And
It's a good point. This would be their third game of the day already,
yep,
with the final at 7
Right there.
p.m. and give themselves as much time as
I'll
possible.
take my
a little
turn.
bit too much weight on that.
A bit of a mistake there from Leah.
Sorry, Sorry, bud.
A little bit of a break here for Jamie and Jacqueline here.
Absolutely. If you can put another one on the button, you're in a great spot.
Right line, just very bad weight.
Weight's all there.
Okay, well then, I'm good.
Yeah, you're a bit heavy.
It appears as if they have just a little bit more weight than they
Coming
were
down.
anticipating.
Still all there.
It looks like this one's starting to calm down.
Great shot.
Nice shot.
It's really nice first 2 stones to open the end.
Okay, hold on.
Throw.
Are you throwing? Kind of wait. Get my gripper. No. Just kidding. It's at the other end, I guess. And go look at it.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't run it.
Sullivan, Thompson wanting to come in and try to get a little bit of action on
Tappity tap
the
tap.
top yellow rock that was just thrown.
Yeah, they're at a point where they're going to need to move things around.
It's by.
Just skimming by
front
that
one.
guard.
Shot, Charlie.
Very nice.
It's a
Good
great
throw.
shot.
I like hitting rolling off the blue.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, either. Hitting flop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take that one away.
Probably 3/4 of the 8 foot.
Oh, shoot.
Be careful with this one because the blue on the left-hand side,
That's good.
you could bump that up and become shot stone. There's definitely several shots.
That's right.
that-
It is a tricky shot here.
Yeah, there are several options for Thompson and Sullivan, so these guys are going to have to be careful with where they put this.
I'm seeing hack.
Wait. Yep, yep. Where's the weight? Where?
It appears to be coming in nicely here.
Baby, over.
Yeah, looking for a bit of break.
Whoa.
Great shot.
Very nice
Really
result
nice
of
shot.
that.
Really
Take
well played
out
end for
with
both teams so far.
That's right.
Throw.
Surely both teams are challenging each other here, and they're coming up with some great
Yeah.
shots.
Tingley and Brannen, needing a steal, so they've been setting themselves up as much as they possibly can.
Okay.
Just yell next time.
Oh, whatever. I need to learn to just keep track of it.
Lost piece of equipment was found.
Trying to nose. Trying to come to nose of the one that's top 4.
Here we go. Again, trying to get some action on the yellow that's in the rings.
I think they're trying for the double
That's what it appears to be.
just by the front
Oh,
one.
just
It's
skimmed by
close.
the guard.
Shot.
Really nice shot.
Throw.
Very nice, yeah.
At this point, Thompson and Sullivan, they're just looking for some room to be able to
Replace it.
draw for one.
It's certainly looking like the case.
Throw.
Out. That's high. Hold that line better. Of the 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Like into the 12. Yeah.
It's a really good throw.
You're coming in for a draw, top 4.
I heard a mention of top 8, but
Top 8.
yeah, I think top 8, top 4, anywhere up front. If you can bury it behind that guard, you're in a really good spot.
A draw attempt here by Jacqueline.
Lots.
It needs to curl.
On down.
It's a little bit heavy.
A little bit heavy, yeah. Not quite the spot where they wanted it. It's certainly a disadvantage for them here. Sure that Thompson, Sullivan are going
He does.
to take advantage of that.
See what he does. I'm assuming he's just gonna try and.
Okay, so where
Yeah,
you
they
want?
could play a hit, or they can
Okay.
play their draw now. If you play the
Can we
draw,
like that
though,
one?
you run the risk of leaving an opening.
That's right.
I suppose the guard is still there as well, so one way or another, Jamie and Jacqueline will have a shot.
Same shot he just threw earlier. I don't know. It's a lot less weight.
7, 8.
Just locking it on.
Looks like they're playing the freeze.
8, 9. No, just 8.
Here we go. He is
Tapping.
bringing that rock back.
Good throw.
Very good shot.
So
There is a
Great
little
shot.
separation, though, between the blue and
Oh,
the
shoot,
yellow.
good throw.
trying to figure out if you bump
No, he
that
went
blue
back right
stone
now.
back, can you get shot stone?
They're still gonna be shot. I have to throw some weight.
Yeah, there is enough separation there that
Take to there.
they could be sitting one.
Have to. That's all I got.
It's close. I think it's there, but it's
Yeah.
close.
Pretty good, eh?
Like a
Pretty
control.
good.
You need to be able to get it on the
I mean,
nose
Yeah.
as well.
I see it. I see a piece,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah. Whatever.
like, no, I don't. I really don't. Because that's only going to put it to the, like, just behind the
Okay,
button.
well,
Or just behind the line.
that's what it is.
Maybe just behind the line. And I'm not going to be anywhere near it. So I got to do this. Push this to here. Push this back. And then she's at the draw.
A lot of discussion going on at this
There's
point.
some
He's a
shot,
very
right? I hope.
critical juncture in the game here.
I hope.
Like, I could hit the back side of it, but I'm still leaving her a draw with more backing. But I'm pushing it into this rock, right? You know what? We might actually have more.
I think, as I said, if they're
Yeah, but you gotta
just
need so
looking
much
to
of
see
it,
if
though,
they
like-
bump the blue one
Look how
enough,
look how
will
high it
their
is
shot
above,
be
and
number
so
one?
Push it to here. Yeah, because I'm not going to get a whole lot more, though, right? Coming in this way. Push it. I'll move it to about here,
Yeah, it really is a matter of
right? And then we're going to be sitting right here.
looking at which angle can give you that little bit of
Yeah.
extra room.
Quiet.
I just don't think it's enough room to make the shot perfect, and they shake hands. this I know we're going to be line 1. Right? I don't think it's enough space. Especially the way these rocks have been grabbing each other when they make contact. I just don't think it's going to go anywhere.
Are they coming in with the
So,
intern
like a
here? They
control?
believe there's more of an opportunity to.
From
gotta push the
from
blue
the
in.
sound of the discussion, they're not confident there's enough room to tap that blue back and lay shot stone.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think they might be going with the out turn, the softer weight, and try to hit and roll
Right.
onto their own yellow. It's going to give a pocket for a draw, but it's a shot that they feel more confident in.
Going with the outturn.
Gotta curl a mile.
Oh, this really needs to move. That's
guys.
unfortunate.
Good luck.
Game. I'm gonna just bring this down.
And that's it, ladies and
Sorry.
gentlemen.
Made 2 cracks.
So Leah Thompson
Fortunately,
and
a
Charlie
miss
Sullivan.
results in a win for the opponent. And after an extra
Where's the yellow
end,
one?
Charlie Sullivan, Leah Thompson will advance to
Okay.
the finals against Melissa Adams and Alex Robichaud. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening.
Check that one back yet.
Are you bringing it down anyway?
We
or-
will
I'll take it
be
down.
following up at 7 p.m. with the championship final, again here at Curl Moncton. And you can watch it on Bell 5 TV, Channel 1, or live streaming on Curling NB's webcast player, courtesy of 360 Live. So long, everybody, from Charles Savoie and Bernie Savoie, and have a good evening, everyone.